Hello, everyone. My name is Francisco Melendez, and this is Emma Bennett. Welcome to Everyone's a Critic Extended Edition, Oscars Edition.
That's right, and this year's race is tight. Let's look at the big categories, starting with Best Director.
According to Gold Derby, from least likely to win to most likely to win, we have Paul Palkowski from Cold War, Adam McKay for Vice, Yorgos Lanthimos for The Favorite, Spike Lee, BlacKkKlansman, and the most likely, Alfonso Cuarón, Roma.
I'm definitely rooting for Spike Lee. I enjoyed BlacKkKlansman a lot. I am definitely not rooting for Adam McKay because I saw Vice and absolutely hated it with a burning passion in my soul. So,
well, I think you're in luck because out of these five, I would say Adam McKay is the least likely to win. He got a lot of nominations for the Oscars, but if you actually look at the follow-up, you know, he's barely won any major awards. He's not really in the conversation that much. Even Paul Palkowski, he's less likely to win, but he made Cold War. That's getting buzz. It's a very artsy film, so I could see that winning. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm really rooting for Spike Lee. It is unbelievable to me that he has never won. This is his first time being nominated, actually. But also my heart is going out to Roma.
Yeah.
I really loved that movie. Alfonso Cuarón did a really great job. And he's currently the front runner. He's won basically every directing award this season.
yeah, I think Roma's been making a lot of waves. I think it's a very popular fan favorite. I think out of all of these, fan-wise, Roma and BlacKkKlansman are probably the most popular in the popularity part of the what goes into who's gonna win. And I think Spike Lee is just so influential. I'm really glad he's finally been nominated. He has so many great films, and it's been a shame that he hasn't been nominated yet. But I think BlacKkKlansman does have a very good chance.
Yeah, and I would say, like, just looking at it pragmatically, I do think that Spike Lee has a few more movies in him. But I feel like BlacKkKlansman is his win after all these years. So moving on now to the Best Actor race. We have, once again, from least likely to most likely, Willem Dafoe, At Eternity's Gate, Viggo Mortensen, Green Book, Bradley Cooper, A Star is Born, Christian Bale, Vice, and Rami Malek, Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, immediately reading this, I should clarify, I think if you look at who's been winning and all that, these top two, Rami Malek and Christian Bale, they've been kind of even and, you know, with each other. So it's between those two, I think. Personally, I'm rooting for Rami Malek.
Me too.
Yeah, I felt like, first of all, Christian Bale also has been getting awards for a long time now. Rami Malek, in a movie that I didn't enjoy as much as other people, he really did it shine. He's what people have been talking about.
Yeah, he did an amazing job replicating Freddie Mercury's mannerisms, like the way he looked, the way he talked, the way he moved around, and the way he performed. He did an amazing job replicating that onto the screen, and I personally really liked Bohemian Rhapsody. I know it's not as popular among a lot of people, but I thought it was really good, and I thought Rami's performance was amazing. But Christian Bale was like, when I saw Vice, he was one of the parts of it that I did end up liking. I think he did very well, and especially he did put on, like, I don't even know how much weight.
I think it was 50 pounds.
It was an absurd amount of weight. So that's dedication there. But I definitely say Rami would be my top choice. Looking at Bradley Cooper, though, I think he did an amazing job in A Star is Born. He really put through the emotions that I think were really important in that film. But I don't think it was as strong as a performance as Rami or Christian.
Yeah, as for, I'll admit, out of these nominees, the only ones I have seen are A Star is Born and Bohemian Rhapsody. I didn't get around to seeing these other ones.
Yeah.
But Willem Dafoe, I was honestly kind of surprised he was nominated, not because he's necessarily bad. People have been praising him, but people haven't really been talking about him. And that being said, Willem Dafoe is kind of becoming one of those names that you just see at the Academy Awards every year. So, yeah, between Rami Malek and Christian Bale, I don't know. We'll have to see. That one slightly edging towards Rami, but could be wrong. We'll have to see. Now, a race that I would say is a bit more sure, but still very intense, is Best Actress. We have Melissa McCarthy, Can You Ever Forgive Me? Yalitza Aparicio, Roma. Lady Gaga, A Star is Born, Olivia Colman, The Favorite, and Glenn Close in The Wife. This one, if you think about the Academy Awards, I feel like Glenn Close is the most obvious choice, mostly because this is her 7th nomination. She has never won, so it's kind of now or never, really.
Yeah. Out of these movies, I've only seen A Star is Born, but I've heard that The Favorite and The Wife were very good, and I heard that Olivia and Glenn's performances in those movies were also very, very great to watch. And even when I was at Ragtag, I saw a trailer for The Wife, and I thought even from the performance in that trailer, I thought it would definitely be a great movie. I just never got around to see it.
Yeah, definitely. Part of me would be really happy to see Yalitza Aparicio win. She is one of very few Latina actresses who have been nominated for Best Actress, and she's the first indigenous woman. That being said, she hasn't really been winning that many awards. As for Lady Gaga, I'm kind of surprised. Like, I remember when A Star is Born came out, even I was predicting that she was going to win. She had it in the bag, but she just hasn't been winning. Glenn Close and Coleman have just been steaming through the competition.
Yeah, after I saw A Star is Born, I was definitely thinking, like, it's very likely that she could sweep the entire awards season, especially with Bradley Cooper in the mix as well. But like you said, I'm very surprised with how well these other actresses have been doing and how close it's come and how close of a race it is. But I definitely think Lady Gaga does have some chance just from like the popularity perspective. But just because The Wife and The Favorite maybe aren't as popular movies, but I still think it's like whoever wins, it will be well deserved.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad that Melissa McCarthy hasn't made as big an impression on people. Understandable, there's only so many performances to get at the attention. But now moving on to the big one, Best Picture. The nominees are Vice, Bohemian Rhapsody, A Star is Born, Black Panther, The Favorite, BlacKkKlansman, Green Book, and Roma. And immediately I have to say this is a strange bunch of nominees when you think about what the Academy has usually been.
Yeah.
Who are you predicting?
I can't say I'm educated well enough on the entire category to predict the right pick, but I'm rooting for BlacKkKlansman. Or as much of a controversial opinion this is, I kind of want to see Black Panther win. I really like Black Panther a lot, but I'd have to say my first choice would be BlacKkKlansman.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's kind of weird. I've been hearing a lot of people discussing who's the most likely to win. And because of how the Academy Awards chooses the winner, they don't choose like everyone chooses their favorite movie. It's like usually what wins is everyone's second or third choice, the ones that are overall like the most. I feel like Black Panther could actually be the surprise win because if you talk to people, maybe people won't say it's my favorite movie of the year, but they will say it's within my top 3.
It's still like a really good movie.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, movies like Green Book, it has gotten hit by the backlash. I don't see it as likely to win. Bohemian Rhapsody, A Star is Born, and Vice really kind of fizzled out. I don't see any of them really pulling through all the way. The Favorite, weirdly enough, when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is such a risque movie, but surprisingly one of the more safe bets, I would say, to win. Like, I can't see people being too upset about it. And Roma, I would say that if it had been released theatrically, it would be likely, but in the end, it is a Netflix movie, so I feel like there's gonna be a bias against it inevitably.
And I think it's still really awesome that Roma has gotten so far, especially since it doesn't have a theatrical release and it's only on Netflix, and it's making a lot of strides as a Netflix movie. So yeah, I think Roma would be a really good winner as well.
Yeah, it's close to my heart. I really want to see a Latina movie win, so fingers crossed. But between that, Black Panther or The Favorite, or BlacKkKlansman, I'd be incredibly happy. And I think that's our show.
Well, this is racking up to be a very competitive night. Who are you rooting for? Tweet us at MUTV23 on Twitter.
And check us out in our website, mutv.missouri.edu. Until next time, I'm Francisco Melendez.
And I'm Emma Bennett. Thanks for tuning in.